It's 7:02. I'll call us to order. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the regularly scheduled August 25th, 2025 meeting of the East Lansing Board of Education. Ms. Hocor, can we get a roll call?
Mr. Martin,
Here.
Dr. Lyons,
Here.
Dr. Etzel,
Here.
Ms. Ferris Highland,
Here.
Dr. Chambers,
Present.
Dr. Torres.
She'll be here.
She's on her way. She went to the middle school, or she went to
Oh,
the high
went to
school.
the high school.
Yeah.
Okay,
So she'll be here.
okay. Ms. Takaki is absent. Student Representative Dijaga. Here. And Student Representative Megia.
Here. Oh.
And Mr. Mitchum.
Here.
And thank you for being with us tonight, Mr. Mitchum. Ms. Lako couldn't be here, as you know.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you.
Trustee Chambers, can you read our mission statement, please?
I would be happy to. The mission statement of East Lansing Public Schools is nurturing each child, educating all students, and building world citizens.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for the approval of tonight's agenda?
I move that the Board of Education approve the August 25th, 2025 regular meeting agenda as presented.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Ferris Highland, seconded by Trustee Lyons. All in favor of the motion as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion carries unanimously. Can I get a motion for the approval of the minutes from our last meeting?
I move that the Board of Education approve the meeting minutes from the August 11th, 2025 regular meeting and the August 11th, 2025 closed meeting as presented.
Second.
Motion was made by Trustee Chambers, seconded by Trustee Lyons. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion carries unanimously. The next item on the agenda is recognition. Trustee Ferris Highland, is there any recognition?
Yeah, I have a couple, actually. The Spring Girls tennis team qualified for the Academic All-State Award at the state level. Within the teams that earned Academic All-State for Division II, the East Lansing tennis team had the highest GPA. Oh, wow. There were 77 teams in Division II last season, so this shows that these girls are excellent student athletes, both on and off the court. And additionally, Ani, what's your last name? How do you pronounce your last name? Megia. Ani Megia and Evie Laxton earned all-state honors as one of the top doubles teams in the states. In the state. And then one more from the Justice League of Greater Lansing. They awarded 4 2025 reparations scholarships to East Lansing grads. Elena Andrews at Louisiana State University, Talia Dunn for Oakland University, Gabrielle Pruitt at Grand Valley State University, and Malachi Turner for Alabama A&M University. So congrats to these awesome scholars as they begin their college careers. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Ferris Highland. That was good stuff. Any other recognition before we move on to the next item? All right, the next item on the agenda is our student representative report, and we have a couple of new student representatives. So come on up and introduce yourselves, and then let us know anything that we need to know about what's happening in our building.
So we just wanted to take a quick moment to do a reintroduction and to share a short report about the upcoming week.
So I'm Maya, and I'm a senior.
And I'm Tanya, and I'm also a senior. So most of our fall sports have been preparing for like a week or two before school started, but now it's the first week, so a lot of the games and all the events are starting to pick up. So we're just going to do a quick rundown about the upcoming week.
So Tuesday, which is tomorrow, boys soccer and water polo have games.
And then Wednesday we have girls swim and dive, and then JV and freshman football.
And then on Thursday, there's an away football game, plus also another boys soccer game. Looking ahead, we're excited for our first home varsity football game next Friday. The marching band will be debuting their show, and we're anticipating a packed and spirited student section.
And then we know this report is on the shorter side, but it's because we're going to hopefully get more detailed as more like results and more events start coming in. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for listening.
All right, thank you both for being here.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of exciting things coming up. Now, I don't know if you know the custom, but you do not have to stay for the whole meeting.
Yeah.
You have we know you have busy lives, and if you need to get back to work or school or homework, we certainly understand.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good day.
All right, thank you both. The next item on the agenda is the superintendent's report. Mr. Mitchum is in as our acting superintendent today. So, Mr. Mitchum?
Yep, I don't have a report. I'm just in place of Ms. Lako, who I'll tell you is doing well. She'll be back with us soon. I will say we've had a great opening day for school. I was at a couple of the buildings this morning, a couple of the elementary buildings. Kids are so cute and excited. You could run a city off the excitement from those kids. The high school did a kind of a cool thing they've never done before. Because it was a half day, they went to every class. And then at the end of the day, finished with a pep assembly, which was really well received. Built a lot of school spirit. The staff came out, were announced one at a time to their walk-up song. Oh. Kids cheered for them, and it was awesome. So Ms. Schwartzbeck, the principal, told me it was the best first day yet for her, and just a great way to get the year started. So,
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
So I have a couple of questions. I was told during the PEP assembly, they talked about sports, and the star speaker in the conversation about sports was Marcus, that he was called forward to give a speech, and that then there was a breakout dance party at which
I heard about
everybody
the dance
danced.
party.
There was a dance party?
There was a dance
Okay,
party,
so we
yeah.
got a 50-50 truth there.
I don't know about the first part, but I wasn't there the whole time. I kind of got a report about it. So.
Okay, so there may or may not
There may or
have
may
been
not
a
have been.
breakout
Yeah,
dance
I
party.
cannot affirm or deny.
Okay.
But why wouldn't they want Marcus?
Right, I don't
For any
know.
sport.
Because he told me today that, I put it in the text. Everybody was so excited to see him,
Yeah.
For sure.
and he will tell you that.
Yeah, most popular.
Well, thank you for that information, Mr. Mitchum. Are there any questions for Mr. Mitchum before we move on? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next item on the agenda. It is public comment. I don't see anyone here to make public comment, so I don't think we need to go through all the information in this section. Let's move on to board discussion. Item 6, and this is something that we discussed at a previous meeting. I don't remember when exactly it was, but essentially, we're in a position where our next scheduled meeting is September 8th of this year, and then the meeting after that is October 27th of this year. So it's something like a 5 or 6 week period in between those two meetings, maybe even more than that. And we had discussed at that time, the Mondays during that time period are filled up with observances and holidays on our cultural calendar that we've made a decision that it doesn't make sense to schedule meetings on those Mondays. But the purpose of this discussion point is just to see if we can find another date that works somewhere in that range, maybe 2 days. I think we could probably do it with 1, but if we want to do it with 2, we could also consider that as well. Just to make sure that we are having regular meetings, especially during what's usually one of the busier times of the year, when hopefully things are going well, but if something's going wrong, we need to be able to address it. Mr. Mitchum, did Superintendent Lako give you her preferred days for these meetings?
Yeah, she doesn't have specific ones, but I asked her if October 6th was a possibility. She said that date would work. However, it's kind of ironic that I'm passing this information along. She will be ready for a recommendation to the board on Monday, September 22nd for a new assistant superintendent.
Oh, wow.
However, that day is Rosh Hashanah, so we can't meet then. So she wondered, possibly would there be another day that week that you could meet that's not a Monday? Kind of breaks tradition, but she threw that out as a possibility.
Another day that week that's not a Monday?
Yeah.
Well, that would be pretty much every other day that week.
Well, I mean, a day that would work. Wow,
So-
this is hard.
I
don't
know.
I
Listen,
shouldn't
they're
have
not
read
pulling
these.
any punches for you, but they're getting you ready for the new gig.
Yes.
So I believe Rosh Hashanah is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Yes.
that's probably correct, yeah.
So we would be looking at the earliest Thursday, the 25th, if we want to do something that week. And then the next Monday is the 29th of September. So those are dates that,
The 29th did not work for Superintendent Lako. She may be out of town that Monday. So she was okay with October 6th. However, if she has a recommendation for a new hire, she would just hope that you could call a special meeting for that.
okay.
some
I am
other time.
fine with that Thursday and Friday. I'm not, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are also not good for me, even though I do not.
That Thursday works for me.
Rosh Hashanah.
Thursday
I-
works for me.
I think Thursday, the 25th makes sense based upon what I'm hearing at the table. And then, so let's pencil in that.
Okay.
And then, I guess the next question is, do we want to schedule another meeting in that first half of October, or do we want to, are we okay with having the basically 4-week gap between that Thursday meeting and the next meeting scheduled on October 27th?
I would suggest scheduling it because we can always cancel it versus not scheduling it and then not having a quorum able to commit in the event we needed a meeting.
Okay. And I think that's wise. I agree with Trustee Etzel on that. I'm looking at Tuesday, the 14th of October. Do we know of anything that would be a conflict on that day?
I'll be out of town on that day, but it doesn't, one person doesn't stop the show.
Let's see what our,
This is October 14th. Yeah.
I'm looking at Tuesday, October 14th. Do you know when you'll be back in town, Trustee Chambers?
The actual day I'm gone is the 15th, so it just depends when I'm leaving. I know that I won't be able to,
Okay, but yeah, that makes sense. I understand how
back.
that works.
but yeah, I could conceivably do that Thursday. And we're saying Monday is a holiday?
I believe that's Indigenous Peoples' Day.
It is.
Yeah, it's coming up on my calendar now.
And as I recall, last year we had a meeting scheduled on Indigenous Peoples' Day as well, and we made a decision collectively not to move forward with the meeting.
Right. Just to add another complication to the conversation, I know that we received the email today from Ms. Hokor about the meeting that's scheduled in November that falls during November break. Maybe that's already on your agenda, but
Yeah, that's the next item
Okay.
that we'll tackle.
I was gonna say, 'cause I don't wanna not have a meeting, given that we also have to figure that out. So we could do any of,
I think that a Tuesday might make sense. We could do we could look at Tuesday, the 7th of October. Or we could do the Monday, the 6th of October that the superintendent already suggested. That would be about a 10-day gap between that meeting and the meeting on the 25th.
I think I'm clear on both the 6th and the 7th.
And what did you say about the 14th? No?
Well, I was just trying to find a date that everybody was available. I think the 14th is probably a good date. I just was
But
trying to
Yeah.
Terry
accommodate
won't be there, yeah.
Trustee Chambers'
Okay.
calendar.
I could do 6th, 7th, or 14th.
Likewise.
Is there a preference from the group?
I don't wanna argue against myself, but having a little bit of time between the,
25th.
yeah, and the like to have it the 7th, 8th, seems like it might be too close. So even though I likely won't be able to attend, I'd still suggest maybe the 14th.
Okay, so I think that the consensus is that we do the 14th. And as Trustee Etzel pointed out, that's not carved in stone. If there's nothing on the agenda, we don't have a good reason to meet, we don't have to move forward with that date. But let's get it on the calendar just so that if we need to have a meeting, we all have the time set aside.
Great.
So we have one more item to discuss. And that is the regularly scheduled meeting on Monday, November 24th. The calendar for the semester has that whole week off for students and teachers. And customarily, we wouldn't meet on on a Monday when we didn't have students or teachers in the building. I would suggest, we often cancel the meeting before Thanksgiving. I'm comfortable with taking that off the calendar for now and maybe setting a meeting in the second half of November if it's absolutely necessary.
So as it stands, we have a meeting on the 10th.
That's
And then it
correct.
would be the 24th, and then the next meeting after that in December would be the 8th?
That's correct.
Okay.
And that should be, that usually is the only meeting in December.
We have a meeting on November 10th?
So we would go from the 10th to the 10th.
No,
Eighth.
that's not, we don't have a November 10th one. It's not on the schedule.
Oh,
It's
is
on my
that
calendar.
is that a professional learning day? No, a holiday?
I only see November 24th.
I
I've
have
got
it,
November 10th board meeting. Ms.
So do I.
Hokor, do you know if we have November 10th scheduled for board meeting? Yeah.
Oh, so it's not on the website then?
Yeah, I know, I don't know what happened. I think that one got left off. Somebody brought that to my attention today. I'll have it placed on
Okay.
there.
That's why I had
So there is one on the 10th. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's not on the website.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out.
So we have one on the 27th of October and then the 10th.
So now that we know that we have a meeting on the 10th and that will be corrected, my recommendation would be to take the 24th, the meeting on November 24th off of the calendar for right now. And if we need to reschedule for a different time, we can do it sometime closer to November 10th. Is there any issues with doing something like that?
I
Sounds
support
good.
that.
Okay. So do we need a motion to update our calendar?
We do adopt the calendar in January, so don't we vote to adopt our
I think
board
we
meeting
do.
calendar? So yes, we would need a motion to amend it.
So we put that in our action items section, or do we just go ahead and do that now?
Well, technically, we would amend the agenda to add that motion to the action item section now, and then we would vote for it under action items.
Okay, do you want to make the motion?
Sure. I move that to amend the agenda to include an action item B, change to the board calendar for the 25 calendar.
Second.
All right, and so the motion to amend the agenda was made by trustee Edsel, seconded by trustee Chambers. Is there any discussion before we move to a vote? All in favor of the motion as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion carries unanimously. Thank you, trustee Edsel. It's always good to have a parliamentarian in the group.
And it's not by choice.
We've just been doing it long enough.
Exactly.
That is, and I know that was the right procedure to follow, so thanks for doing that. Do we have the dates written down that we've
I've
proposed
got
here?
them so I can read the motion.
Okay, very good. All right, let's move to our action items. The first is amendment to the public schools contract of employment.
I move that the Board of Education modify the following terms in Section 1 or Section I-1, earn sick time for principals, associate principals, Director of Athletics and Activities, District Mental Health Coordinator, and Behavior Systems Analyst for the period of July 1, 2025 to June 30, 2026, and July 1, 2026 to June 30th, 2027.
Second.
All right, motion by trustee Ferris Highland, seconded by trustee Lyons. Is there any discussion on this? My understanding is it's just a clerical error and something was left out that should have been included, and it was a small change. Trustee Taikaki sent me an email saying that she is supportive of this amendment. Is there any other discussion? All right, all in favor of the amendment as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion carries unanimously. Action item B, changes to the Board of Education meeting calendar.
I move to amend the board meeting calendar to add a board meeting on September 25th, 2025, and October 14th, 2025, and remove the November 24th, 2025 meeting.
Second?
The motion was made by trustee Edsel, seconded by trustee Torres, is that right? No. Oh, trustee Ferris Highland, sorry. It's a long table. By trustee Ferris Highland. Is there any discussion on this topic?
Just to clarify that the start time for those meetings would still be 7 PM?
At 7 PM. I take that as a friendly amendment to the, motion.
Slightly friendly.
We don't want to keep the staff here a little bit later, try to pump it into the night a
Probably
little
getting
bit.
less and less friendly as the night goes on.
All right, so that's an excellent question, trustee Chambers. There's a friendly amendment to clarify that the time will be the usual meeting time, 7 PM. So thank you for that information. Is there any further discussion before we move to a vote? All right, all in favor of the motion as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion carries unanimously. All right, we can move on to the next item, committee reports. The first is Academic and Technology Committee. Trustee Lyons, do you have a report for us?
Nothing to report yet. We'll be meeting sometime in September.
It's happening, meetings are starting
I know.
again. Facilities, trustee Ferris Highland.
Nothing to report, same. We'll meet in September.
Very good, thank you. Finance, trustee Edsel.
We have not met. We will meet September 8th
Okay. Intergovernmental,
in
trustee.
the hub.
Trustee Torres.
Nothing to report. Sending out emails for a meeting in September.
Personnel Committee, nothing to report. Superintendent Lako suggested that we may need to have a meeting in the next couple weeks. I'll be in touch with the committee members if that comes together. Policy Committee,
Nothing to report. We meet September 8th in the hub as well. Policy is at 10:30.
excellent, thank you. And then ISOA, trustee Takaki emailed. There's nothing to report, but they are resuming their regularly scheduled meetings in the coming weeks here. And so there probably will be something in our next meeting. All right. The next item on the agenda is announcements. Our next meeting is Monday, September 8th, so 2 weeks from tonight at 7 PM. And we'll be back here for that meeting.
Yes, okay.
And we'll be meeting in this location for the foreseeable future until our new meeting room is up and running.
I drove by the new building a couple days ago. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it
so
cool?
excited.
Is the exterior sheathed and
yeah. We walked it, myself, Ms. Lako, was anybody else? I think it was just the two of us with the construction manager last Friday. And it was, a sight to be seen. It's going up fast. They have all the roofing now is done, and soon they'll be putting up studs for the drywall
on the inside?
on the
So
inside.
so the exterior is, the walls are done too, the outside walls?
Not fully, no. There's still some open there, but they are, that's soon will be done.
Great,
Yeah,
cool.
making great progress.
It's incredible. It's nice to see that project coming together.
Yeah.
Are there any other announcements before we adjourn? All right, I will adjourn us at 7:26 PM. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you in a couple weeks.